Hey everyone, it's Gina from Scoubi Club, and today we're doing a tutorial on our Lucky Charms bracelet using the Cobra weave stitch. The Cobra weave is used a lot with Scoubi as well as paracord projects, and it's pretty easy to do. If you don't have a kit, you'll need 2 strands of Scoubi, each about 48 inches long, as well as a clasp. Let's start by stacking our strands of Scoubi together, and you want to measure about 5 inches and then fold it onto itself to create a loop. From here, we want to do an overhand knot that leaves the loop at the end. How I do this is by wrapping it around my fingers, crossing it over the original loop, and feeding all of the tails into the hole I've created. You'll pull those through and then tighten and adjust the knot. For this project, it's not important that the loop be a particular size, but I would shoot for about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Should look something like this. From here, you want to feed the other end of the tails into the hole on your clasp. And then you'll position your project on a table, something similar to this. In terms of the length, you want to adjust the center strands based on who you're making the bracelet for. So if you're making it for a child, you'll want it to be between 4 or 5 inches. If you're making it for adult, it should be between 6 and 7 inches. So think about who is the intended recipient of your bracelet. See, I'm measuring it because I'm making it for myself. And then that should be the length of your center strands. And here I'm just taping it down to the table just to help me keep it organized. So let's start the Cobra weave. So you want to make, starting on the right hand side, make a P shape by putting the pink strand over the center strands and under the green. Now we want to feed the green around the pink strand, under the center strands, and through the pink strand, and then tighten it. So our first stitch should look something like this. Now we'll repeat that process on the other side. So we'll see we made the backwards P over the center and under the green, and now we'll feed the green behind the center and through the pink loop. So let's do a few more of those so you can see how it's supposed to look. See, we're going through. And you'll notice as we're making the stitches that I try to tighten the stitch because it does loosen a little between stitches, and you want them to be about the same size, and it will give your bracelet a more consistent look. So while I'm tightening, I tighten the one above it and just continue that process until all of the center strands are covered with stitches. See, backwards P and through. Okay, so here we are at the end, and I trimmed down those small tails a little bit, and now I'm just stacking them with the center strands, and I'm simply going to continue the Cobra weave over all 4 of those strands so that those small tails are woven into the project. So this is going to make your knot stronger and make those tails less conspicuous. You just want to make sure that they're in the stitches. And continue the same exact process until you're at the end of your project. Once the center strands are completely covered with stitches, you should flip the project over and tie a simple knot. I like to do 2, but you want to make them as neat as possible, because if you do, then your Lucky Charms bracelet will be reversible. You should trim the tails, and if you have it, I would recommend putting just a small dot of glue on those ends to make sure that nothing goes wrong. To wear the bracelet, you'll simply open the clasp and feed the loop onto the clasp, and you're ready to go. If you have charms, you can put them anywhere on the bracelet that looks good to you. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Our kits are available on Etsy or Cratejoy, or try to connect with us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you and happy